Stories from a Snowy Meadow by Carla Stevens. Chapter 4. An End and a Beginning. 2 weeks later, in early March, Mole was sweeping his kitchen when he heard Mouse calling to him. "Mole! Mole! Come quick! Something terrible has happened. Vole is dead." Mole opened the door. "Are you sure, Mouse?" he asked. "Yes, I was bringing her some seeds this morning. She didn't answer when I knocked. I thought she was taking a nap. When I tiptoed over to her bed, I knew. She was cold and still." "She must have died in her sleep," said Mole. Mouse began to cry. "Wait, Mouse, let me get my jacket. We'll go to see Vole together." On the way they stopped at Shrew's house. "Shrew," Mole called, "come quickly. Mouse thinks that Vole is dead." "Oh no," said Shrew. "I'll be right there." "Here, take my handkerchief, Mouse," said Mole. Mouse took Mole's handkerchief and blew his nose. "If only I'd visited her more often," he sobbed. Shrew came out pulling on his jacket. "Oh dear," he said, "how sad." The three friends hurried to Vole's house. Vole lay on the bed, covered by her quilt, and Mouse began to sob more loudly. "Come, come, Mouse," Mole said a little sharply. "Vole was very old. She led a full and happy life. It was time for her to die. If only I had talked to her one more time." Mouse blew his nose again. "I wish I'd done more for her," Shrew said. "Yes, we all do," Mole said. "I wonder where she would want to be buried." "Under the oak tree," asked Mouse, thinking of his favorite place. "She used to sun herself on the leaf pile near the stone wall," said Shrew. "But she loved the meadow the best," said Mole. "I know a place near the brook. It will be easier to dig there. The ground is not so frozen." "First we must build a box to bury her in," said Shrew. "I have lots of wood at home." They walked back to Shrew's house. Mouse boiled water for tea while Mole and Shrew made plans to build the box. "Tea is ready," said Mouse, "but I don't want any." And his eyes filled with tears. Mole handed Mouse a biscuit. "There, eat this. You'll feel better." Mouse nibbled at the biscuit. If only she had blown out all of her candles. "Don't be so silly, Mouse. That would not have made any difference," Mole said. "She was very old. When I am very old, I will die too." Mole began sawing wood while Shrew nailed the pieces together, and at last the box was built. "It's not fancy," said Mole, "but it seems just right for Vole." "It's a good box," Shrew said. "You take one end and I'll take the other." "All right," said Mole. "I want to help too," Mouse said. "You carry the shovel and open and close all the doors." They carried the box to Vole's house and set it near her bed. Mole and Shrew picked her up and laid her in it. "Let's cover her with the quilt," Mouse said. "No," said Mole. "She would want someone to have her quilt. We must give it away to someone who will love and need it, as she did." And Mole began to nail down the cover. Mole and Shrew lifted the box again and walked slowly across the meadow to the brook. Here and there spears of grass showed through the soft snow. "This is the place I was thinking of," Mole said. "In the spring, violets and trout lilies bloom here." Mole and Shrew set the box down. Mole took the shovel from Mouse and began to dig. After a few minutes, Shrew took a turn digging. "I want to help too," Mouse said, taking a shovel. Then Mole said, "The hole is big enough now." He and Shrew picked up the box and lowered it into the ground. "I've been thinking of a poem," Mouse said. Dear Vole, wise and kind and very old, I love the stories that you told, and even though you are not here, your words are singing in my ears. Mole began to shovel dirt on the box. Soon it was covered, a large brown spot surrounded by a blanket of snow. A warm breeze blew, rustling the old oak leaves still clinging to their branches overhead. Mole sniffed the air. Spring is almost here, he said. Tomorrow we'll tidy up Vole's house. Someone will be needing a new place to live soon. But not someone as nice as Vole, said Mouse. Shrew picked up the shovel. Say your poem again, Mouse. The three friends started back across the meadow. Dear Vole, wise and kind, and oh so old, we love the stories that you told. And even though you are not here, your words are singing in our ears. The end.